Capricorn, the powerful seagull of the Zodiac. When we're talking Capricorn, we're talking big boss. Capricorn is the oldest earth sign following Taurus and Virgo, and is also the final cardinal sign following Aries, Cancer and Libra, ruled by the greater malefic in Saturn with the powerful Mars exalted in the sign. This gives Capricorns great power, and with great power comes great responsibility, and Capricorn excels at both. Virgo, the earth sign before Capricorn, is the mastermind of the Zodiac, the brainiac, so to speak. Capricorn inherits this genius, this knowledge, and being ruled solely by Saturn, the planet of restrictions, structure and limitations, Capricorns becomes the mastermind's mastermind, the mastermind's controller, the controller of all. Aries represents the head on the Zodiac body. They're the first cardinal sign, but the final cardinal sign in Capricorn rules the brain in that head, the skeleton, the skull around the brain. Capricorns are the most methodical sign on Earth. Aquarius is so smart they get bored of Earth itself, and Pisces is out of this world smart, aka misunderstood. Pisces is the conglomeration of every sign in the Zodiac, but Capricorn is a conglomeration of all knowledge on Earth, with insights on spiritual energy beyond them through Saturn. Saturn is Satan basically. Capricorn is Satan's child, on the darker side I must add. So everything needed to control others, whether that be materially or spiritually, Capricorn has access to it. This is dark within itself. As always, eyes are the windows to the soul, and Capricorn's eyes will tell a grand old story. Capricorns who take on the role of being Satan's spawn will have death in their eyes. Just a dull, flat death look. For anyone getting into astrology or just understanding zodiac signs, Capricorn energy is probably the easiest to understand, because you are greeted with this energy from you are born, through parents, grandparents, typically. On a more conscious level, it starts at school, nursery, kindergarten. You the little kid in school, your teacher is like Leo, Virgo, but your head teacher represents Capricorn. That higher power, that person responsible for all of you, looking down or over you. Capricorn is authority. In work, Capricorn isn't your boss. They're the CEO of the company, who your boss answers to. Leo's the boss. Capricorn's the boss's boss. So to be in this position, you have to be smart. Smarter than the rest. Not just by luck, and that is who you are dealing with in Capricorn. The brain controller, the mastermind of the masterminds, in control of those educated, intelligent teachers teaching you. Capricorn is the I use sign, so will use all their resources correctly, including people. As we know, people in these positions in society are normally cold-hearted or appear cold-hearted. It's hard to have a heart and run a successful organization. That cutthroatedness is necessary. Cancer, the opposite sign to Capricorn, is ruled by the moon that governs your feelings. This means it's weak in Capricorn. Similar to Scorpio, there's a disconnect. So feelings will never hold a Capricorn back. But unlike Scorpio, Capricorn has practical knowledge of the sea, being the sea goat. They understand it. Could be from the connection to the ocean via Cancer, who's ruled by the ocean and moon, or it comes directly from Saturn, the devil. But Capricorn really understands feelings on a logical level, so knows exactly how to use it to their advantage. Everything that can be capitalized on in this world, Capricorn is aware of it by default, so knows how to intellectualize, dissect, destroy, rebuild, anything and everything. Very realistic thinkers, philosophers, very wise heads screwed on people who gets jobs done, on the light and dark side. Being the final cardinal sign, when cardinals are known for starting but may not be able to finish, Capricorn has no choice but to finish what they start. Cause the drive of Mars and discipline of Saturn works together, making it a duty to finish it while sustaining their energy throughout. On the light side, many brainiacs and businessmen and women come from Capricorn. Isaac Newton, best known for his groundbreaking contributions to physics and mathematics, especially his development of the laws of motion and the law of universal gravitation, which revolutionized our understanding of the universe. William James, the first educator to introduce a psychology course in the US, and author of several books on the different branches of psychology. On the darker side, many known bosses and leaders come from Capricorn. Arnold Rothstein, aka the Brain, the kingpin of the Jewish mob, whose students are people like Aquarian Frank Costello, Sagittarian Lucky Luciano, Pisces Bugsy Siegel, all these top crime bosses. Then there's Al Capone, aka Scarface, the gangster businessman, involved in the illegal production and distribution of alcohol, controlling gambling and prostitution rackets. El Mayo, the drug lord and leader of the Sinaloa cartel, an international crime syndicate. Maria Mandel, a Nazi guard believed to have been responsible for over 500,000 deaths of female inmates. Vibes Cartel, world boss, whose gang is known for many murders. And as you know, he got out recently. Mao Zedong, the Chinese politician where during his rule, some 40 to 70 million people died, ranking as the top incidences of excess mortality in human history. Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea, where executions are flying left, right and center. So in general, Capricorn is the top person. This is M. Bison in Street Fighter, Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, Heihachi in Tekken. They are the boss of the Zodiac game, so to speak, who doesn't need to get their hands dirty. Why would they, when they can pay someone else to do it? But they can also do it themselves. And once they start, they don't stop. All the resources can be there. The money, the power, the fame. On the dark and light side, the world will see Capricorn in the form of the devilish sea goat standing at the top of the mountain. The devil in disguise is more Pisces at the end of the zodiac. Capricorn is the devil in disguise, at the top, looking down. Capitalizer. Controller. Saturn is a planet that places restrictions on people. Sometimes for the best in the long run, with the Saturn return, and sometimes just for punishment. That all depends on your chart. Capricorn rules the bones on the zodiac body, the foundation of the human shell, this suit we are in. The bones contains the rib cage that traps the soul. The soul's in a form of prison in the body. It's locked in as it journeys around the zodiac, learning lessons to be freed at the end. Remember, Saturn is the devil. In mythology, Saturn is Kronos, the god of time, who ate his kids in fear of karma for overthrowing his dad Uranus. Saturn ate his kids, trapping them in his stomach until Zeus, his son, freed his siblings and imprisoned his dad. For this reason only is why Capricorn is not the last sign of the zodiac, even with it being the most controlling. Capricorn is represented by the Devil card in Tarot. On the card itself, you can see a man and female chained to the devil. It's all about entrapment, like the 12th house. So before all this freeing takes place, this is who Saturn has ruling Earth for them. Capricorn, the master controller themselves. What Capricorn rules with is fear. Fear is what rules Earth. So with time, fear and materials, Capricorn has the ultimate control here on the dark side. Most of the world uses the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar was commissioned by a Capricorn called Pope Gregory VIII, former head of the Catholic Church. The Gregorian calendar, switching from the Julian calendar, introduced a modified leap year system, eliminating some leap years divisible by 100 but not by 400, to reduce the annual drift of the calendar. So by default, to understand what's going on here in modern day, we are all operating on a Capricorn's timing, the sign ruled by the god of time. So that's time control or dabbling in itself. What are the things the average human will be worried about, have fear about? Money and losses. Losses covers everything, and that's what the house of Pisces represents at the end, where there's no control. Here on Earth, Capricorn has that control while capitalizing on others' fears. One thing about this world is, everybody has a price. Every single one of us has a price. As Capricorn Ted DiBiase said, everybody has a price. Ha 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 ha. We'll have our own price beyond our net worth. And then there's a price others can place on us, how valuable we are to society. Capricorn's the sign that can offer you that price or directly see your value, aka how they can utilize you. Remember, this is the boss's boss. They've got the money, the power. They can offer you a job. This is Jeff Bezos with Amazon. Almost anyone can get a job at Amazon, warehouse-wise. If you're willing to put in the hours, that's the easiest job off the top of my head that you can walk into if they're hiring. There's not even an interview. But the dark side is, simply, Capricorns have the power to control anybody. Every single person in the world has a price. Capricorn knows this and will have the resources to offer you a deal. In other words, pay you to work for them. If you have nothing to do, the devil that makes work for idle hands will be sending a Capricorn to get you busy. You can make deals with Capricorn the same way you can with the devil. Now on the light side, you may benefit of this. It depends on how you can handle money and power. Capricorns aren't going to rob you. They'll offer you a fair deal. All you have to do is do the job, aka sell your soul and you get paid. Because that's what Capricorn wants when they offer you a job, your service and soul. Fear controls the soul, love frees it. Just picture people like the Prince of Saudi, and you know Saudi money is long. Well, King Salman bin Abdulaziz is a Capricorn. Just think of what one man can do with all that money and power. How much people he can have at his mercy. Think about all these rich guys in Dubai flying out Instagram models who sells their soul for money, getting that caca in their face. This energy is dark-sided Capricorn energy. It's control of your fears. It's Saturn's child. And love don't rule this world. Evil does. Evil rules the world. Reptiles, aliens, whatever the fuck rules it. All that falls under Capricorn's name. All the billionaire family names is that energy. And if you think people don't get away with these things, cause of karma, right? Well, again, Saturn is the planet of karma. And like Kronos, who took action to avoid karma by eating his kids, Capricorn is in perfect position to avoid karma by not being responsible for your actions and choices. It's like Virgo sets this earth up for Capricorn to rule it. Capricorn gives you the choice, the opportunity. They pay you for the job. They're not doing the act, it's you. So it's you who will face karma, not the Capricorn. We're talking putting money on people's heads, offering bounties. Mars loves being here working with Saturn. So it's all under control whilst not being restricted or held back by emotions. If a Capricorn puts out a bounty and you claim it, they're not getting nothing but a job done. Not karma, that's on you. This is how smart this sign is, and that's why they stay at the top, using all their resources efficiently. With having all this control of themselves and others can lead Capricorns into the darker side sexually, where they're forced to submit. This is where they join Saturn in its love for 12th house related things. Yeah, all those whips, chains, handcuffs, Capricorn can be into that stuff and get a kick out of knowing what not being in control feels like. That's who you're dealing with here on the dark side. A powerful, sick mother. You've been a naughty boy. You've been a bad little girl. Yeah, these powerhouses love that shit. The horned devil gets horny over that shit. When we talk dark-sided Capricorn energy, we're not even talking the dark side of Capricorn. We're talking the dark side of Earth itself. On the dark side, we're talking rings. You know the rings I'm talking about. We're talking people like Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, being the other Saturn-ruled sign in Aquarius, should not surprise you. He's actually right on the cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn is where you see acts of dark-sided Sagittariuses being mastered. Cause Sagittarius discovers this power, this knowledge first. Capricorn is who uses it with full understanding, who's born into it. But that predatory way of Sag is still there with Capricorn coming from Sag. You can innocently be chatting to a Capricorn maybe even insinuating you're in need of help. And in a Cap's head, all they're hearing is, I wonder if I take you home. Cause you ain't getting shit for free. Where R. Kelly's will be ripe in this sign. R. Kelly singing about being trapped in the closet, whilst he had a whole lot of trapping and offering taking place whilst laying down with another Capricorn in a Leo, when she was a young age, and other underage females too. How can a man start a song saying, my mind's telling me no? Robert liked them young and vulnerable and called himself the Pied Piper of R&B. That is crazy work. Such a talented singer, and I can't even listen to him anymore. On the light and dark side, Capricorns produce legends, not only from their inherited knowledge, but it's from their connection to the sea. Whether Capricorns claim it or not, they are secretly very spiritual and use both worlds to stay seated. Self-disciplined legends. With Capricorns, self-discipline is one of their strong traits, maybe even their strongest trait. No matter what they are involved in, they have enough self-discipline to manage themselves and reach the finish line. That big goal will be to be on the top of the mountain for the world to see and leaving a legacy behind, leaving something the family behind it in Cancer can inherit. So when we tie in that Capricorns are critical, driven, structured, and has knowledge of the ocean of emotions, this not only gives you a really clever person, but a really creative one too, in all forms and in all fields. Capricorn represents the legends of their chosen mountain. I'll just throw out some random names so you get a picture. Tiger Woods, Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Dolly Parton, Pep Guardiola, LeBron James, Martin Luther King Jr., Alexandra Usyk, Jim Carrey, Muhammad Ali, Jim Ross, Sir Alex Ferguson, Mary J. Blige, Elvis Presley, Aaliyah, R. Kelly. In every field, there'll be a Capricorn who's classed as a legend in there because no one is as dedicated to the climb as they are. Nobody. Aquarius's drive to being a legend can literally be from challenging a record set by a Capricorn. But the record itself is Capricorn energy. Accolades, rewards, notoriety, top dog. The self-discipline of Capricorn is the highest form of self-love. It's the most selfish but self-rewarding trait of Capricorn. Once they start that climb, nothing else matters. The dark side to this is, this can be all a Capricorn cares about. The climb. Capricorn can be a ruthless, uncaring sign. To be the top of anything means you will be stepping on top of others. Others will be used on this climb. To be at the top, you have to be ruthless. So if you're the needy partner, like Cancer, the opposite sign, you can be left emotionally unfulfilled, but financially satisfied. Now don't get that twisted, cause Cancers can do the role reversal thing. But typically, that's the dynamics. Cancer protects and nurtures the home. Capricorn is like that partner that's never at home. Always working late and they're not even cheating. They are actually working late. Get home stressed out, too tired to even talk, eat or fuck. They go bed after you and wake up before you to go back to work. Everything's paid for, you get that Libra type life. The cardinal sign before Capricorn, where you can live in luxury, but emotionally, this person is not present. That person coming home after firing a bunch of people for fucking up their whole lives, their marriages, their mortgages. They don't even come home and tell you what they've been up to. Cause with Capricorn, it's never personal, just business. From running a business to being that star on the TV, make no mistake, if a Capricorn wants fame, they will get it. Even like Bianca Censori, Gemini Kanye West's wife. She's on a mountaintop, blessing the world with those tatas. But if you think Kanye's in control of her, then you don't know Capricorns. They capitalize and make bread, even if it looks like the other way in public. All the tools are there with Capricorn and they are very, very calculating. If Kanye thinks Libra Kim Kardashian is bad, he better mind, cause Capricorns are worse demon on the dark side. But love, the family life, can take a major backseat, which they can later regret, but on the come up is all they know. from the sea's rocks to the mountain top. The other sign where this fame crave or success crave is found is in Leo. Mountain lions, mountain goats. But with Leo, they're more born stars. Light shone on them, being ruled by the sun. Capricorn don't have the light of the sun. They have the darkness of Saturn. And Saturn and the sun are enemies. The sun's like the father and Saturn's like the grandfather in another context. Remember, the sun, the soul's trapped by Saturn on Earth. So while Leos can be the stars on the screens, Capricorn is the legends. And whenever these two clash here on Earth, Capricorn will always have an edge because the ego is controlled. It's in the most controlled state. So it will look like Usyk versus Tyson Fury. One showboating with their pride on the line, while the other's locked in and on their job, climbing this mountain of an opponent. Self-discipline, again, is the highest form of self-love. Capricorns attains their goals because they love themselves and respect themselves. They are reliable to themselves. This can trickle onto the ones they care about, but the main focus will always be their climb. Everything on this earth is a mountain a Capricorn can climb. With Mars and Saturn, this makes for an unstoppable force, literally. Taurus can be a mighty force travelling across land once they get going. But that is on land, it can be stopped by others, and there's restrictions, there's the ocean. Virgo is busy analysing, adapting, serving and working. Capricorn is different. They climb upwards. They rise above people, rise above sea level, where potential floods won't get them. Capricorn isn't restricted. Capricorn rules restrictions, and can restrict themselves too for a means until they are viewing the world from a bird's eye view. Insensitive. Dream seller. As hardworking and grafting of a sign Capricorn is, what needs to be noted is Capricorn is low-key a very spiritual sign. Low-key. Capricorn is fully aware of the dream world. Now, being the most realistic sign at the top, for Capricorn to keep control, we have someone who likes to tell people to either pray or tell you dreams aren't real whilst they know how it works. You can't be in a position of power if you give everyone the keys to the same power. This is Capricorn. It's a knowledgeable, secretive and powerful sign. It's the oldest earth sign. As everyone knows, Pisces is the dreamer of the Zodiac. It's the last sign of all, the most idealistic of all, knowing all about how to manifest and access things beyond this earth and on this earth. So, can potentially reveal secrets that will affect Capricorn's power. So Capricorns only portray the image of just being realistic and earthy. Hard work gets you to your dreams. Praying gets you to your dreams. No, there's rituals and works of magic that can also make you see your dreams. Praying and dreaming doesn't work for everybody, and that's why everybody doesn't elevate. You can view this in all the elder signs, starting with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the equivalent to the preacher in a church. On the dark side, this is a preacher telling you to pray for money whilst you give them your money. You go to church living paycheck to paycheck, while the Sag preacher is wealthy off your hope and donations. Sagittarius is the first sign to see what's ahead, see what's coming with foresight. Scorpio senses it, but Sag sees it, so has the opportunity to sell dreams on the dark side, etc. They can be the Capricorn before the Capricorn, or the Pisces before the Pisces in terms of enlightening the masses. It's another view of why the last four signs, rulerships, goes Jupiter, Saturn, Saturn, Jupiter. Capricorn is who by default uses what Sagittarius saw. Again, it's a conglomeration of Earth's knowledge and beyond, so is able to control the masses with this knowledge. Aquarius is the humanitarian rebel that doesn't agree with Capricorn's ruling, and instead of just knowing about the spiritual world, decides to explore it to make a change on Earth. Pisces is the spiritual world in the flesh with knowledge of all. It's a whole progression. The Zodiac tells a story. So with Capricorn, to remain in control, they take up the role of the ultimate dream seller. In terms of the hard work and opportunities they present, you can make something of yourself if you've got the drive of a Capricorn. Key word, if. But the dreams part of it, they have to keep people out of that world, otherwise it's the equivalent to the kids leaving Cronus's stomach, equivalent to the soul being freed from the ribcage, equivalent to Capricorn facing karma and being controlled by another. So you can now get why Capricorn is the one who will call Pisces the hopeless dreamer in front of the masses. Because without hope and belief, the masses or the dreamers have nothing. The key to dreams is belief. This is when Jupiter and Neptune comes in. So just to understand what's going on, but Capricorn, the sign itself, is very clued up on the spiritual world. Very clued up. It's not actually dismissive to the spiritual world like Virgo is, being the opposite to Pisces. Capricorn is like a spiritual Virgo under the quiet, but acts how Virgo does in public. This is a psychological master in Capricorn, and why it's on a level above Virgo, or the more evolved version of Virgo, is literally because they use the water energy to water all that earthy logic Virgo acquired, and the raw leadership abilities Taurus had from young. It's like what water does to a tree or plant, to the soil. It feeds it. It helps it grow from a seed in the ground to organisms that grows way above humans, where humans have to look up to it. So this is Capricorn, levels above the rest and clued up about earth and the spiritual side of water without needing the emotional side of it for success. Capricorn is that successful business owner. Everyone thinks they just got to the top from determination and perseverance, when if you checked in their phone book, they got the obvious person on speed dial. They sure did make that climb themselves, but they also channeled spiritual power on the way. You just see the goats climb and not deep the spiritual element to it. And if you ask them how, they'll cap, unless they really fuck with you or they can benefit off you in some way, even with looking at how actual mountain goats climb. Does that look normal to you? How they climb steep walls? This can represent the spiritual Capricorn on their climb. It's not normal. Hard work, yes, but there's some extra behind the scenes shit going on that you don't know about. It's a special ability, and that's exactly why that Capricorn goat is half fish, half sea creature. Astrologically, Capricorn is in between, in terms of feminine signs, Scorpio, the sign who starts fucking with the dream world and spirits, and Pisces, the sign of the actual spirits and dream world. So what do you think Capricorn is quietly up to in the middle, being the oldest of where all this magic dabbling has been taking place here on earth? Just bending over getting whipped? Nah, this sign is as spiritual as it is materialistic. And that's why Capricorns from a fair standpoint don't like Pisces. Call them delusional dreamers whilst using the same water energy secretly. Pisces, Aquarius and Sagittarius sees Capricorn in a way the rest of the zodiac doesn't. This is when it's Jupiter and Saturn talking, the largest planets. Capricorn in control is unfazed, unemotional, and will laugh seeing people arguing about skin colour, race, religion, tax bracket, and laugh to theirself as they look down on you from above. They will laugh like Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. They will laugh seeing people hopelessly praying and not knowing who or what they should be praying to. Laugh knowing there's much more to this world than materials, but place high focus on materials to distract. Methodical distractions. And Capricorns can be so talented and in touch with the water energy that they can create worlds within this world to keep you fantasizing in that world within this world. Creating prisons within prison. There's a few examples. We got Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel. I mean, the whole Marvel franchise is massive. There's so many worlds, dimensions, and characters within that franchise. Multiple versions of some characters even. So imagine a fan so immersed in that world, sitting down reading comics all day. They're like a prisoner in their room, not even lost in their own imagination. They're lost in someone else's. This is examples, by the way. I'm not a hobby shamer. I fuck with Magneto and them, man. Another Capricorn, J.R.R. Tolkien, with The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, It's these massive make-believe worlds that can be created. And these things is where you understand the connection with Pisces and Capricorn, because when they're together and matured, it's the ultimate power couple. That's the master of the dream world and the master of reality on the same side. It's that Calico Jack and Anne Bonny connection. It's the final two feminine signs. These two are the femme fatales if you want to go there. Wilhelm Grimm and Jacob Grimm, for example. Two brothers are Pisces and Capricorn, and guess what they're famous for? Their collection of folk tales. Grimm's fairy tales, which includes Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, stories that have been adapted digitally over time. Responsible for over 200 fairy tales that most of us will be familiar with. These of course are more on the light side, but the dark side is, it can be just seen as fairy tales. So much that the viewers don't even consider if what they are reading or watching is actually possible or really happened. It's like many movies out there. They come from real life possibilities. May not all be possible in this world, but is possible elsewhere. But keeping it as a film, a fairy tale you can get lost in, represents the spiritual controlling side of Capricorn. Capricorn is the puppet master and potentially the Pied Piper. They can appear skeptical, all whilst knowing you are onto something. Like telling us Jesus Christ's birthday is on December 25th, making him a Capricorn. When Jesus Christ, or whatever his real name was, is clearly a Pisces from all the actions, the things he did. Then there's Santa Claus being the face of Christmas, when Santa Claus is modelled after Saint Nicholas, a Pisces, telling you this way when they know it's that way. That's the way of the dark-sided Capricorn, the dream seller. Capricorn will appear like they don't believe in luck and magic, all while offering others a chance to test their luck using their magic. Jupiter, the planet of luck, is exalted in Cancer, so is weak in Capricorn, naturally. But the power Saturn gives Capricorn, they don't need luck on their side. They know how to create good fortune and use luck the same way they can use karma, which can lead others into bad luck from karma, not them. Ruthless, the Reaper. On the light side, Capricorn is a peaceful, reliable, hardworking person. A family person too. On the dark side, Capricorn is a ruthless, climbing individual who will use and get rid of anybody when they are ready. Here on Earth, Capricorn is the personification of death. With death, you have no control. Death is in control. Every single person has a time limit. Doesn't matter how healthy, how good a person you are. When it's your time, it's your time. Capricorn, Saturn rules time. The last three feminine signs' eyes tells a story. Scorpio's eyes have that piercing I will kill you look. Capricorn's eyes is what death actually looks like, just dark, still and hollow. Pisces' eyes is peace in death, floating in the afterlife. You sense death with Scorpio, you are looking at death with Capricorn, you are playing with death with Pisces. Scorpio is the early night, Pisces is the end of night. Capricorn is the dead of night, the dead of winter with Aquarius. I call Capricorn smiley death. It's death stare when not talking or when they're climbing, but smiley jokes around their people. Taurus is resting bitch face. Capricorn is resting death face. They look like darkness cause they faced darkness. You have to be close with a Capricorn to know they are actually funny people, but out in public, this is walking death. This sign will step on anybody to get to the top. That mountain Capricorn stands on contains the bones of many, many living things, animals and humans. Again, Capricorn rules the bones. Death is bones in a cloak. The image of the Grim Reaper, which is a faceless figure in the cloak, is Pisces, the soul. Scorpio is who can put the same cloak on early. But when you are looking at Capricorn on the dark side, you are directly looking at death, the bare bones. You get the image of the Grim Reaper where it's a skeleton in a cloak. So in Capricorn, you can get big time killers, death bringers. Capricorn has the most killers on average, more than any other sign. Not just serial killers, but like many people who kill, leaving nothing but bones, comes under Capricorn. From Dean Corll, also known as the Candyman, and the Pied Piper, who had at minimum took down 29 young men, to Juana Barraza, aka the Little Old Lady Killer, the wrestler who took out 16 elderly women, to your local Capricorn who's on the hunt for power. All equally as dangerous. Capricorn's not a sign that cares about what people thinks, what people do, how tough this or that person is, don't care about consequences or scared of hell, and things like that. Capricorn is fair. Saturn, aka Kronos, operated out of dominance to control fear. The whole point of Capricorn's actions is to fight fear, control it, and use it. It's cold in Capricorn. Dark and cold, and they're comfortable in it. Capricorn is not a sign I'd class as loyal. How can a capitalizing opportunist be loyal? Reliable to their own, on the light side, yeah, but loyal? Capricorns are loyal to their goals. Understand this sign is coming from the powerful selfish Aries, cardinal sign wise. Aries are obviously selfish. You will see it if you're around one. You won't see Capricorn selfishness unless you're close, as I said, with like someone dedicating all their time to their work, for example. But they are secretly selfish because whatever they offer you or does for you has to benefit them. And that's how you know Jesus weren't no damn Capricorn. Time is money. Capricorns are not Virgos who may help you out for free, on the light side. Capricorn knows people get comfortable and take advantage of free shit. So Capricorn shows you nothing is free. You have to earn it and work for it. Is that the truth? Of course not. Spiritually, things are free. But Capricorn don't show you that. You pay your way, if not with money, then with your time. That's everyone's real currency in this controlled world. Your time. On the battlefield, Capricorn is the commanders orchestrating from the top, seeing all the weaknesses and strengths of the opponent, finding the Achilles heel of the whole opposition's army and attacking it. This is that cold military vet. Sir, yes sir, where you don't even get sent home if you fuck up around them. They put a bullet in your head and tell your family you died in war. The darkest thing with Capricorn is they are practical. Doesn't matter how much money they have, how much people they can pay to get shit done. Capricorns are also the most self-reliant sign who knows if you want a job done good, you do it yourself. So they can do just that. They can run shit by themselves. Go out and do hits by themselves. No feelings holding them back. This is who Scorpio aspires to be like. Capricorn don't act cold and nonchalant. They can actually naturally be like that, with the still of death in their eyes. Scared of who? Do you see how goats get rid of ticks? Hell don't scare Capricorn. They go to hell and come back and don't tell. Telling a Capricorn go to hell, a Capricorn will smile and say they've already been there, done that. Now you can get the ruthless, rebellious Capricorns too. This can happen on the come up or getting kicked down a few steps. So the goal can then switch to taking down that mountain and creating a new mountain out of it, where as it rises, they rise with it. No one can rule over a Capricorn. A Capricorn can enter a business working under a Capricorn. That Capricorn is going to climb, whilst the Capricorn at the top spots it climbing. And this is where the selfishness and cutthroat will kick in. Because Capricorns won't allow anybody to ruin their legacy and potentially fuck up their family's inheritance. It's like the reverse of crabs in a bucket. Capricorn won't see you coming up and pull you up. They'll just kick you down. As cold as Capricorn is, they do it for the family. As selfish as Capricorn is, they are normally still responsible for somebody. It's just those may suffer from the absence of Capricorn. But any other trying to ruin them, especially another Capricorn, will get turned into curry goat. Earth is full of spirits, lost souls wandering around, and Pisces is in touch with them and Scorpio sees them. But Capricorn is standing on top of all these human shells, all these bodies that have been buried. They rule it and can make you another one of them if it benefits them. Unsatisfied, resentful. One thing all Capricorns are prone to is huge resentment in the end. Total unsatisfaction. With how spiritual and genius a Capricorn can be on their climb, and while sitting at the top, they may not know what it's like to be at the top until they get there. Have you ever enjoyed the journey more than the destination? That is what Capricorns are prone to when they realize it's lonely at the top. Being lonely on the climb is nothing for a Capricorn because they're locked in and determined. But remember, this can be at the expense of a partner. So they're missing out on love, and it can be at the expense of others in general, getting used and trampled on as Capricorn advances. So when Capricorn reaches the top, finds the success, that's when they can get that wake-up call that love and company is missing. All the money and power in the world, but no one to share it with. It can be equivalent to the depressed rich person. The thing about fame and career is, these things can also be traps, prisons. With fame, you can be trapped in a contract, trapped in the public view, no privacy, being controlled by your fans as you need them to stay at the top of the mountain. And many famous people are actually broke. With career, you can be trapped because you can spend years studying for one field, then have a change of heart a few years later after realizing it's not for you. But you can be trapped with financial commitments now, so it will take time to change direction. Won't be easy at all when you've mastered one mountain. You have to come back down, then do it all from scratch on another mountain. So these are just examples of how Capricorn can end up resentful and lonely because materials means nothing in the end, and how karma can actually catch up to them because no one is immune. All the people I've mentioned in this video, if prison or karma didn't catch them, then death did. Everyone loves the gangster movies and stories, but never focuses on what happens at the end. So the same way everyone has a price, everything you do has a cost, including Capricorn. And that's what Pisces is living with in their life, at their stage, the cost. The trouble with self-discipline, aka self-love, is you can have all the money in the world, all the power in the world, all the respect in the world, and equally have nothing. Don't let that go over your head. Again, this is a genius sign. So they may peep this on the way. They may be the type to have their childhood sweetheart be there on the climb with them. Others isn't needed. Once they have their partner, they can create a family, generations with this person. So these ones can skip the resentment and regrets. But Capricorns who are so cutthroat, they literally burn everyone's bridge when they're no longer useful, karma is waiting for them at the top of that mountain. If not karma, then loneliness and death. Because love is the most powerful energy of all. Fear is only the most powerful hair on earth. Remember, Saturn, aka Kronos, was scared of karma and eventually met it with his son Zeus, aka Jupiter. Spiritually, love for all sets you free. That's why Pisces is at the end, and why Saturn, aka Satan, loves to be in the 12th house, because lots of suffering and depression happens there for the ones who falls for the traps. Capricorn are the 5-year planners, and they can plan for everything, but what's missing is emotions. They can never plan for how they're gonna feel. No one can, but at least having an idea can help you adapt better. This is also why Capricorn can't be bored doing nothing, because feelings can creep in. They're cold, but no one's truly emotionless. So if they get to the top, feel resentment, they can literally go and climb another mountain. Don't waste any time getting lost in their feelings, and with Mars here excited, Capricorn can keep going on and on, mountain after mountain, so their own personal resentment won't last. They'll defeat it by starting something new, because again, they are the final cardinal sign who sees things through to the end. But if this resentment is towards another person, oh, you're gonna see the most grudgeful person possible. Do not go to war with a Capricorn unless you are well equipped physically and spiritually, because they will 100% be the last one standing. And you see Capricorn's revenge and vengeance, not only is it cold, but they can also keep this going on and on, where they set up a 5-year plan for you. Hell, they may even set up a generational plan. And this goes back to them being spiritual. They know how to keep people in bondage, and that is not just physically. They know all about the currency of money and time and how it all works, so they can have plans for your whole family. And I'm sure you've all heard of generational curses. This sign right here is who can be responsible for that too. On the dark side of Capricorn, you won't see the devil in their eyes. You'll see death. And the goat standing on top of that mountain as you look up will be the devil in disguise. You may think, who's this Pisces talking about, my sign? Hey, it's just some things I've noticed. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Otherwise, shut your ass up, put your seatbelts back on, and make sure that I was clear. We'll be arriving at our destination shortly.